Podcast, you can't win. I touch black and whites just by stroking my chin. Tell Marva got a plan if he just sit in. And we can be the sons and thus fit in. Talking a good game, topics never lame. Conversations just the same, right before they left the brain. Seriously funny, but if you take us seriously, you end up smiling. If not, laugh hilariously. And every Tuesdays we're on the one, so stay in tune before noon. It's the Podical Sons.
It's ridiculously funny.
Welcome back to the best no judgment zone space in the world, because neither one of us have law degrees. I am the peaceful Saint Marvelous.
And I'm not your average Joseph.
And we are the Podical Sons, or / political sons today. Happy Election Day. Get your asses out to vote if you are in America. If not, get your popcorn together. Enjoy the bullshit, the sweats, and prepare for the riots come Wednesday. Pretty much.
It's you predicting a shit show on Wednesday?
Man, you got dudes in Florida. The guy with the bulldozer. He had a bulldozer, and anybody who had like vote for Biden on their front lawn, he's gonna plow. He did.
Oh, he started.
He did.
So he's not even waiting for Wednesday.
No, he did that like this past week and stuff, whatever.
Okay,
so he just plowed through and stuff, whatever. So in any case, you can tell he's a Trump supporter, because I think somebody said when they seen him, he had a MAGA hat to start. He was just going over random people's lawns with it. So
he got on the boat early.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Like, subscribe, follow at Podical Sons on your social medias, YouTube, Podical Sons as well.
Yeah.
Spotify, Google Play, Stitcher,
pretty much almost any streaming
Apple,
platform.
Listen up for your
at this point.
Your podcast streaming platforms, iHeartRadio. And let's start the show. How the hell are you today?
I'm good, man. You know what I mean? It's been a week of relaxing the past 2 weeks, of course.
Right.
Of those of you who may not be previous of the previous two shows, I was not around, and Sir Marv had ran the gauntlet, and he did a mighty fine job himself. So
they say you got COVID, my G.
They said I did, but you know what? It wasn't anything like that. I was just recovering from some minor surgery, and I took an extra week off just to make sure everything was healed up and good. And so now I gotta go back to work.
Right. I think the joke was, to me, I find it so hilarious and stuff, is that it's going to be immortalized to the internet and to the world that you have COVID or you had COVID.
Well, this is the thing, right?
Because
it's become its own little conspiracy theory.
Right,
now.
because what happened
like.
and stuff, I want to say, some people said, like, all right, people who got to the podcast and that first week, they're like, yeah. Some people be like, oh, shit, I missed last week. Let me play catch up. And then they're like, so you have, he got COVID to the first week people. Then the people who were playing catch up, he had COVID. And the other people's like, oh my gosh, he was still have COVID? And they'd be like, yo, the man had COVID and they're still recording and stuff, whatever. So, fuck it.
Well, if you see Marv disappear for a week, then, I probably did have it. And then, I'll pass it on to Marv.
I am Iron Man. Thanos snap.
Only right.
Let's get to the shits, whatever. So, all right, let's talk about this question. The first question of the week, last week and stuff, whatever. It was, we had a little debate.
Well, yeah, a debate.
We always have some convos and everything like that. And I want to say it came to the convo where we were talking about, is squirting pee? And you advised me, said, stay woke. Don't let these chicks piss on you.
Don't be showered by anything golden.
Yo, actually, some of the squirt that I see on porn,
it's usually clear.
It's clear.
It's usually clear.
I got squirted on once, but I was disgusted because it was in a position.
Were you forewarned?
No.
Okay.
No, I wasn't forewarned. So what happened and stuff is that we're doing the deed. I'm from the back. And like me, I like to reach around and like rub clit.
Yeah.
So I like to rub clit whatever. I'm in a proper position and stuff and everything and stuff. And
Right.
then I just hear, and then it's like, somewhere. See,
That skeet.
well, yeah, because I'm not used to,
That skeet.
like, see, with me, I'm used to creamers,
Right.
not squirters,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So now I'm like, and she's just like going through little convulsions.
Right.
So I'm like, okay. But then I start feeling it run down my sock because, I got my socks on. When having sex, I got ugly toes.
See, now, this may be a good reason why you shouldn't wear your socks.
This may be a good reason why you should shut the fuck up.
I'm just saying.
Anywho.
You gotta go home with creatine socks.
With one sock. I went home with one sock. I was like, these socks are too fly to kind of just dump right here. So I think...
So do you think possibly that might have been the first time she ever squirted and she just didn't know she was a squirter to say, hey, listen, I might warn you that if you go a little too strenuous, a little too heavy, it might just...
Okay, so me at the time, I was in my early 20s, and I never really seen porn in that genre.
Okay.
With the squirting thing.
Yeah.
So I just thought she pissed on me. Because I was pissed off that she pissed on me.
Right.
Whatever, right? I'm like, this motherfucker, why we having sex? You couldn't just say, Marvin, can you give me a hot minute and everything, and we can move it to the washroom and everything? But I was like, she pissed on me, and then like, no, it wasn't that. It was squirt. And then somebody's like, did you sniff the sock? I'm like, no. Well, why did you sniff the sock since you have evidence? Whatever.
That's
like,
how you detect?
Because they said it won't have a pee smell to it. Whatever, right? Because scientifically, if we're going by it, it's orgasm. So 95% is female ejaculation orgasm.
Right.
2% is the protease enzyme, which is creatine.
Okay.
And 3% urea.
Right.
Urea comes from urethra, hence urine. I'm not fucking with that. So I'm not about to hold up the soggy sock and like smells like an R. Kelly movie set. No, I'm not about that life.
Because even 3% is too much for me.
Yo. What did you say? If you got one drop of black?
1% of black in you, that make you black? 3% of pee, that's you got up 2 percentages right there.
That's called piss. That's called piss. And I think the thing was so funny and stuff was like the response and then like the Q&A.
Our responses are always crazy.
There was one dude, what he said? What did he say? He's like, he was definitely a black dude. He's like, yo, niggas is trying to drink and catch that shit named out. I was like, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not trying to yuck your yum. That's just not for me. But 67% said, yes, it is.
Tis pee.
Tis piss.
Tis piss.
Tis piss. And yeah, I was dying laughing, but some people, no, it's not. But the people who voted, most of the people said it's not for women, except for me, because I did the research and realized it's not really.
We should have a poll. We should poll the women and see how many have versus how many wish they've had.
To squirt? Man, so
because some women are curious and some women just don't care at all.
So I spoke to a woman and she said her fiance had an event. They're like, yo, they were, they smoke trees. And she's like, they were smoking and stuff for them. She's like, I don't understand. They're going off like a sprinkler and stuff for whatever, some of these women. Yeah. And shit like that. And why she can't do it, whatever, right? So she said her fiance spent like at least a solid 2 hours on trying to make it happen. And it wasn't happening.
I don't know, but maybe.
So she's like, they had Pornhub on deck. They had like the finger curvature and stuff, whatever. And the whole tutorial about the clit is about like 4 inches. Yeah. But the outer part of the clit is only like just that little few centimeters. So it has to touch the inside of the clit and then just kind of rub the outside of the clit and hook and just go. Right. And she said she had wicked orgasm, but she's like, she wasn't squirting. She said she was depressed inside. So she was trying.
But I would think if you're going to add weed to the mix or something like that, probably not a good idea.
Why not?
Because you might be too mellow.
Nah, like, I don't know. I get the best orgasms when I'm high.
I get the laid back orgasms when I'm high.
Man, you over 40. Yo, your shit lazy.
Yeah.
Your shit lazy. You a married man
Yeah.
and you over 40.
So I got the lazy eye?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure your favorite position should be like fucking laying on your back and just enjoying the show.
This is what you get, the paranoid high? What you nothing with, man? Listen, I get the laziness high. I'm going to work. I'm lasting longer. I'm enjoying the whole moment. The clouds are fluffy. It's going by all slow-mo. It's an event.
Me, I'm just trying to beat it up.
You just trying,
I was trying to beat it up.
you trying to cut? You
I'm trying to beat it up.
just trying to cut.
I was trying to beat it up, and then like I know when I bust whatever, like not high, it's like, Shazam.
Yeah.
When I'm high, Shazam, zam, 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 zam. So it's the difference
Yeah, that's
between
probably falls asleep right after.
Yes, you are correct. Ain't no shame in my game. So I mean, that's what it came down to and stuff, whatever. Next question with the culture appropriating and stuff. Well, you and I, we had that discussion and stuff, whatever, from the last one.
Right.
And I said it to you, man. I'm like, yo, you can culture appropriate, whatever. You know what the funny thing too is that when somebody slid in the DM, what they said and stuff, whatever, was she's like, shit, there's tons of black people and stuff, whatever. Not even we said about the dashiki thing on the show, on the last show.
Yeah.
But what they were saying and stuff, they're like, even like other islands and everything like that. How many people and stuff has been like trying to say that they were Jamaican when they weren't?
This is true.
That's culture appropriating. Because
is
they
true.
might not even know the full like dance and stuff, like you said, education wise and stuff, whatever about Jamaicans.
Right.
And they just take it and run with it, whatever. And I was like, and then I remember some person said like, the look they have is a dude. Look he has. He's like, when he had hair, people looked at him and stuff, whatever, like, yo, he's a black dude. He shaved his head bald. Some people say he looked Dominican. Some people say he looked Indian. And he's like, whatever makes me money. So he want to culture appropriate whatever
that's
the
what
fuck.
I'm going with.
Exactly.
Whatever works.
So I'm like, there's black Dominicans and stuff, whatever. But if they say he's Dominican and he's like, see, and he would cultural appropriate the fuck out of that, whatever, because he's like, yo, if it don't make dollars, don't make sense.
Nah.
So I'm like, yes. But 67% said, yes, you can. That's an Obama campaign.
The people have spoken.
The people have spoken.
We can.
So let's get to the shits and stuff for that. It's been kind of like a dark week and shit like that, whatever.
It's been somewhat heavy. It's somewhat heavier.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, it's we're going into that. You know, the meat of the second phase. Would you say? This is just
Of what, the pandemic?
yeah.
Yeah, I want to say we kind of entered that beginning of October.
Beginning of October.
Beginning of October and stuff. Like cases damn near everywhere kind of raised and catapulted the stuff up, whatever. But then, you know, we have more people getting tested.
Right.
More people getting tested and stuff for everything. So we shall see. And those numbers will continue.
So you think, is it numbers rising because more people are getting tested? Or just more people are getting infected? Because I mean, we can say that too, right? Because prior to the amount of testing, if you were infected, then got better, you would have never counted, right, as a number.
True.
Right? So that's what I'm saying. Are we like, is it because we're testing more that the numbers might be increasing, or?
But I mean, a person might be asymptomatic.
Right.
So if you're asymptomatic and stuff, right? Like, I want to say, well, you were off sick, you had COVID, and I weren't showing signs. So that means I might be the asymptomatic person and stuff for that. And then think about all the people I might be coming interacting with, whatever. Marv don't got COVID, by the way.
He don't got COVID.
I don't have COVID. I get tested every week at work. All right, let's get back to the goddamn show. But in any case, stuff, whatever. It can come to that point where you're infected and you don't even know it, and then you're just infecting the populace.
Right.
Right. So I mean, the populace just says they just want to get tested. So let's say if I interact with on a daily basis 10 people, 2 people Monday go get tested, 2 people Tuesday go get tested, and all test positive and everything like that because they're just going to get tested.
They're just going to get tested.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
But this is where they need to backtrack where it came from. So in any case, the asymptomatic person, I guess in this hypothetical situation,
Right.
if I get tested, then we know for a fact, okay, I'm the problem within the 10 people stuff I've come interacting with, where it can say, okay, now we know this person needs to quarantine, this person needs to get better, and then move on and move forward. But people still like, willy-nilly with it and everything, and, they get still interacting with people that are not in a social bubble, mask off, mask on, teach his own.
All this coming into flu season.
Right.
Right now, there's a shortage of flu vaccines. How do you think that's gonna play out? Or you have any thoughts of that? Do you think that's going to worsen the situation, or
I think it's not. But I mean, it's good that people are. How often do you really run out of flu vaccines? It's not often. So I want to say, yeah, because a lot of people and stuff, they're in denial about the flu vaccine. They don't get that, it's shit in their system and stuff, and now they're more aware. So I think eventually over a period of time, this is my opinion.
Right.
I feel like people are going to get to the point where they're saying, okay, they'd rather take the flu vaccine before the COVID vaccine, and just run with that, and then get herd immunity from the COVID. So I don't think it's going to hurt anybody and stuff, whatever. But I think the flu vaccine is at least been tested enough. And when they realize they're running low, they still continue to make, because some people get flu shots end of September.
right?
And some people get flu shots in the January. And they're still making vaccines and stuff, whatever, even within that time frame, all the way up to, I think, spring. We're like ending of March. So it's possible. So I don't think people are going to have a problem with that.
Yeah.
It's that COVID, boy. Do you really want to be the first?
To get the COVID vaccine?
Yeah.
Nah, I'll write it out, man. And then I'll go out to the sunset.
You don't want no new titties?
Life is good, man.
You want no new titties and stuff with the side effects?
Life is good.
You don't want no Total Recall titty?
I'm gonna come back.
The extra titty?
I'm gonna come back as a bird. Fly around and watch you third titty bastards walking up and down.
Why they gotta be bastards? What if their parents were married?
This is true.
Gosh.
This is true.
Oh my gosh.
Your father pissed off. Son's got a third titty.
Third titty, yo. Could you imagine? Be like, yo,
That boy.
fucking John's son over there and stuff for that. He got 2 titties. Why the fuck you got 3?
Third titty, huh?
Huh? You got 3 titties?
Why could you get a third dick?
Useless pieces. Oh shit!
you know those old time fathers.
Well, we talked about the 2 dick theory already.
Yeah.
Cascade or side by
There you
side.
go.
I want a cascade though.
You
I
got
want it
the
on top of
cascade,
each other and
cascade.
everything like that.
Yeah, you get 3, you could go pyramid style.
Shit. Triceratops.
What? He's supposed to have no problem finding the G spot to make her pee at that point.
I make her pee. It's not pee.
3%. An ounce of drop.
Oh shit! Here we go. All right. Let's get into the meat and potatoes of the fucking show, Ted.
All right, let's go.
Let's talk about the Walter Wallace Jr. shooting. Whatever, shooting in Philadelphia.
Right.
How you feel about that?
That's it. You know what?
Okay, let's start with, was 14 shots justifiable or overkill?
Overkill.
It made me think of that. I'm gonna fuck his name up. His name is Sammy Yatim.
Right.
Sammy Yatim?
Yeah, close enough. Close enough.
Yeah, Sammy Yatim, to the families listening and stuff in Toronto.
Yeah.
Do apologize.
Forgive us if we don't
do
pronounce
apologize,
it properly, but
he was shot 9 times on a streetcar,
yes.
and he had a knife.
Same situation.
He had a pocket knife.
He had a knife. Right.
He had a knife, and Cirillo,
I think that was Officer.
Officer Cirillo, shot him 9 times and stuff, whatever.
Right.
That was overkill. Mm-hmm. You have 2 cops and stuff, whatever, it's overkill. Here's my thing. My thing and stuff is that context means a lot, and people don't do fucking research into nothing.
No.
Police were called twice already to his address
Right.
that day.
Yeah.
Right? He wasn't doing too well. Yes, it was mental illness and stuff and all the above. One cop, let's say the first cops that could have went there the first time, cool as a cucumber, cool in the polar bear's toenail
Yeah.
in a snowstorm.
Right.
Other one could have been like, you know what? I'm used to coming to this address because that address is known to be
Of
called
course.
to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whatever.
We know
They're used
there's
to
a
it.
history.
You have another set, another shift that they're not fucking with, and they're not used to that place.
Yeah.
So they don't know what to expect, much less he's now wielding a knife.
Right.
The shots to subdue, I'm always for that, but I can't speak about something unless I'm in that situation. And people will crucify me about that and stuff, and they'll be like, nah, da da da. You don't know, and much less like aiming and all that type of stuff, whatever. It's one thing to aim at a target that's not moving. It's another thing to aim at a target coming at you to hurt you.
Yeah.
I feel like the 14 shots were overkill. I'm shooting for legs. If we both shoot for legs, you're a cop, I'm a cop, we both shoot for legs. I'd rather bring him in crippled and shot up and stuff like that, because I'm pretty sure with all that pain, he would have dropped the knife.
Yeah. But I mean, it's part of your training as an officer, and I think training in general, when you're operating a firearm, is to aim at the portion that has the most mass. Because here
you're more likely to miss.
You're more likely to hit here.
You're more likely
than
to hit
to a leg or something like that. So you're always trained. Even if when you're looking at the targets,
Gotcha.
The target is usually torso, from head torso right here, right?
Right.
So you're pretty much trained to hit that part of the body. The type of caliber of bullets that they use, I'm thinking if you put maybe 3 to 4 shots, the most insane psycho person, probably after 20 to 30 seconds or so, might succumb to that. You know what I mean?
Right.
1 or 2, if they're really hyped up or on drugs, that might be enough to stop them or slow them down.
Right.
But I'm saying, like, for the caliber of rounds that they use, 3 to 4, I think probably should be suffice. Maybe back away, give those shots effective time.
Right.
But in a heat of the moment, like, how do you count that? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then didn't you stop, or just like it's so hard. It's such a touchy thing to be in a situation like that. And then
I don't think we're giving cops the credit. I think we're just gunning for their badge and gunning for their head.
I think it's easy because you're not in that situation.
Fact,
right?
Absolutely.
It's easy because it's not in that situation. It's always woulda, coulda, shoulda. I mean, it's like you go out, you play a basketball game, you lose the basketball game, you start going back over plays. Oh no, I should have did this,
Shoulda, woulda,
or I should have did that. Right?
Because you're more calmer.
Right. The person while you're making that play, right? The person on the bench or on the stands are like, they can see it. They're not in the situation. They can see it. They say, oh no, you do that. Do that. Right.
Right. Because even the dude recording the video.
Yes.
He was recording the murder porn.
Right.
He's like, damn, why you guys shoot him so many times and stuff like that, whatever. Right. But I'm like, I'm pretty sure that person isn't a cop. And I'm pretty sure and stuff where they're like, how many situations have you been like that, whatever, where somebody's knife wielding and you're telling them to stand down, back, and they're still coming at you with a knife.
It's like, what do you do? Like, how do you, for us to, we have to be able to understand the psyche, first of all, and understand the training, because the training has a lot to do with what they're going through.
Absolutely.
Right? And then procedures. Like you said, this was the second time that somebody was called, or the police were called, right? Third.
For the day.
Third for the day, right?
Yeah.
So obviously, the first 2 incidents, if no charges were laid or anything like that, maybe some form of preliminary report was filled out, right? So by the time the third call comes in, you're supposed to have a little small synopsis of what may have taken place prior in the day at that address, right? And I'm saying, if you know somebody is in a position like that and they call you, and you're right, now we don't know, everything's out of context because we're seeing things after, right? If I get a call and I hear, my son's at it again, or so-and-so's at it again, he's wielding a knife, right? I say, okay, 2-2, so this is a situation. We've been there twice already for the day, right? Obviously, those 2 times couldn't de-escalate the situation. We're coming here in a 3rd time. Now it's at this point.
We're coming to arrest.
Either you're coming to the arrest. No, you're coming to arrest, but you definitely got to de-escalate the situation. What you definitely do not want to do is have a person who's going to just be murdered or just die as a result of your actions, right? If you're walking, if they're training dogs, they have the padded gear. Like it's not like they don't have stuff that they can't be using, right? I'm saying if I'm an officer, right, and I get called for someone who's not in their right mind but they're wielding a knife, right? Why can't I just go in protective gear?
I think the knife thing came like in the midst of the situation.
In the midst of the situation.
But I always ask and stuff for them like, where's the fucker with the taser?
That was another thing I heard asked during the whole thing. Someone saying, "Why didn't you just tase him?"
Yeah, I'm like, that's why I always ask them like, where's the fucker with the taser? You have a knife. The taser thing I think can shoot to 15 feet.
15, some of them 30.
Yeah, some of them 30.
Yeah.
Some of them 15 feet and stuff and everything like that. You got a taser, I got a taser. We aiming over there and stuff, whatever. One of us bound to catch them in the mid-body area. And once they start doing a flippy-floppy thing on the ground, whatever, we kick away the knife. And then we just go in with the restraints.
How they don't have that net gun?
Like the superhero shit?
Yeah! How
much is that, though?
How ain't nobody invented that?
How much is that,
Come on. So so they must have invented a net gun by now,
No, they
man.
have to. They have to.
Come on, bro.
They have to. After all those fucking comic book and police shows and
That seemed like the most simplest of inventions to do, man.
Yeah, you gotta have at least 2 of those dudes with the net gun. It's like a mini bazooka.
Yeah.
Right? A little kudoosh.
That's it.
Yeah, they fucking around. You're right, though. They should have had at least a net gun.
A net gun. You know situations like this can arise, right?
At least.
You have a net gun, you ain't gotta worry about him swinging at you. That shit's gonna net him up real quick.
But even in that's what I'm saying. Like, even in the climate that the whole U.S. is going through with the whole racial tension,
Right.
That should be like your go-to thing. Like you're there to subdue.
That's it.
You're there to subdue.
That's it.
Because you don't want no more static to come towards you. Because I know if I'm a cop, period, black or white cop, period, I don't want no static come my way.
No, you don't want no stuff.
I want to do my job, go home to my life, and keep it moving.
You just got the net. You just take the net gun, man. So you got that shit. Just grab that. Cocoon that motherfucker.
Yeah, and just go and do your damn thing. See, here's my thing. The thing that rattled around my brain was the whole, they don't need cops. Defund the police and get people and stuff who could deal with mentally ill people.
Yeah.
Are you giving these mentally ill people police training? Because if you're trying to say, hey, you're better than this, take this Ativan and calm you down. One person's coming at you with a fucking knife. I think you need police for that.
We need police. What has to happen is they have to create a division within the police that specifically is trained to handle mental cases, mental situations.
Right.
And that's all they deal with. And they're constantly being trained on how to de-escalate situations. They're constantly trying to figure out the best methods, trying to improve. That's all that they do. And when they're needed to be called on, they're called upon. And why can't we got stinking Constable TTC police?
Yeah. To deal with only TTC.
They deal with only TTC issues.
Right. But we're talking about defunding the police when you need funds to create a division like that in the police.
But I'm saying, if we're not gonna if we're saying no, let's not defund the police. No, let's not scrap the police altogether and create some bunch of mental health police, because you would have to give them police authorities.
But within the defunding thing and stuff, it's talking about taking money out of police and putting it into other programs. That's still in the police.
But that would be a program that makes sense though.
Of course.
That would be a program.
I'm not downplaying that with it, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think these medical professionals who deal with mentally unstable people and stuff can deal with these life or death situations.
No, they can't.
Exactly. So that's why I'm like, I think I need to watch our wording and stuff when it comes to defunding the police, whatever, because you need people with this kind of training to come at people. A person like that, RIP to, like, you know, his family, but a person like that is not good for the populace, my G.
Listen,
it's not good for the community.
The majority of the people who are in the mental health profession, who are dealing with cases, and with cases that are high in, I guess, activity volume. I don't know. Very, very high stress.
Yeah.
Very intense situations. Right.
Right.
They're not getting those guys with knives or guns.
No.
You understand? So if they have to come in with a physical force, yes, they're trained to do that. But if you're taking them out of if you're trying to take them out of the hospital situation and put them on the street and dealing with people who might potentially already have a weapon, then you got to give them training, almost like you've got to give them police type training.
I think you got to give them police training.
You've got to give them police type training.
I feel like when you even have like the army or the military folks and stuff, whatever. In the army, you have doctors.
Yes.
And these doctors are military trained.
Yes.
The nurses are military trained. The chefs are military trained. All of those people are military trained. The engineers are military trained. So they're /this, but they're still Army.
Right.
They're still Air Force. They're still Marines.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think defunding it, especially when it comes to these mental health situations, because everything is damn near, I don't say damn near everything is blamed on mental health. I don't want to sound fucked up like that, but if it comes off like that, whatever, I don't mean that in that way, but we look at homelessness. And like, we'll look at a homeless person and just look at them and say, oh, they might not be too mentally stable. That's the reason why. It might be a circumstance stuff, you know, like a Mortimer, we're losing money, we're betting on black person not to make it in like a Trading Places type of movie shit.
Right, yeah.
And then you have a portion where these people are not mentally well. What if you put objects and stuff that are dangerous objects in their hand? There could be another situation like this, another circumstance. Possibly.
This is it.
A lot of things are on the mental health thing, so I feel like we need to fund part of that division and stuff there within the police force.
Well, I mean, they're screaming defund. What they really should be, what it really should be, is reallocation.
Yeah,
because
we said that. Yeah, we said that.
It really should be reallocation because there's you don't need military style police. Police don't need tanks rolling down.
They don't need tanks. They don't need I don't think they need so many SWAT people. How many situations you might need SWAT?
Right.
You might just need a limited amount per city.
Yeah.
Because I think if you might have a hostage situation with SWAT and you send 50, I think it's kind of rare you might have another situation pop off at the same time, another situation pop up. So I think 50 might be your cap. Fuck with the 50.
That's it.
Don't train more than 50 because you'll be wasting more money than that, whatever, and then keep it moving.
Keep it moving. You don't need tanks or Humvees.
No. The SWAT theme song slapped though.
Yeah, it slapped.
Na 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 na. No, thoughts and prayers to the family of Walter Wallace Jr.
And it's just hard, man, because you want them to get help, and it's like, who do you call? Because it's like you call the police knowing situations like this. Can happen. It's happened already. You've heard of it happen already. It's happened more than a few times. So for you to call the police, you're calling them praying already that it ends well.
You are, but
and then what's the other alternative? Because you can't have this man wheeling. He might injure somebody.
that's what I'm saying. A person like that is not good in the populace like that. It's the same thing with the Regis girl.
Yeah.
When the whole balcony situation, like I said, I don't know what happened up there.
Right.
But I mean, the family knew she was mentally unstable at times, stuff like that, and everything. Prophylactic, excuse the medical term, preventative issues or preventative care.
Yeah.
And sometimes might be the best type of thing before it gets to a worsened situation.
Yeah.
If you know this person is not like that, maybe y'all should kind of get them admitted and try and get the help for them and stuff. Yes, not everyone might have the resources, the funds, and certain type of things, but don't sell yourself short.
Yeah.
For looking, because this can happen to anyone. And I don't mean to sound dark and fucked up, because I'm a dark and fucked up kind of dude, but I don't think this is the last of situations like this. Because the Samia team, the guy in Malton here,
Yeah.
they went on and shot him and stuff in there. Philly, Walter Wallace Jr. These mental illnesses, especially like with the pandemic feeling and pandemic state of mind, I don't think this is the end of this.
Listen, if you are the person in law enforcement, if you're like the Q, if you're like the Q to the law enforcement is James Bond, invent the damn nut gun.
I mean,
Invent the damn nut gun, man.
it won't hurt. It'll probably make you some money.
Other than, you know, him having a gun, you can pretty much net a motherfucker. You don't have to be shooting them. I don't think you even have to be tasing.
You said net or nut?
Net.
Oh, okay.
I said net. I said net.
I was like, nut a motherfucker? I was like,
Yeah. You still thinking about pee on you.
I mean, if you're fucking a mother and she happened to nut, I mean, you're right. Oh, and let me say this. Salute to the dude I seen on the clips for the looting, because, you know, looting and rioting again pops off, whatever.
Yeah.
I seen a dude wheel off with a dolly, a washing machine. Priorities, whoever you are, if you're listening, if you ever get one of this shit, I salute you.
Wheeled off with a washing machine.
That's focus. You don't really need an
'Cause you know
iPad. You don't really need.
'Cause
you might need a Birkin bag for like
you know what?
for shorty. You might need a Birkin bag for shorty.
You might open up a laundry in your basement.
I mean, I'm not playing. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying.
So salute to that. Speaking of mental illness, we know Kanye loves Kanye. And Kanye's still doing this presidential dance. Yo, why do you love Kanye?
Music. His music.
His music?
Yeah. Not so much the more recent stuff, but just the nostalgic stuff.
Oh, you're not fucking with Jesus is King?
You know,
Sinner!
I haven't.
For me to call you fucking sinner. That's why you're laughing?
That's exactly why I'm laughing.
I start off the show as Saint Marvelous, actually, by the way. So,
Yeah, just
what's
like
the other S word for like? Fuck, I always fuck it up.
what for saint?
Yeah, no, for like sinner and everything, whatever. Like you're not into the church, not heathen. It starts with an S word. I always be fucking it up. Somebody called me that and stuff, whatever. They said you're not into the church. That's what
But
I.
you're not
am.
a sinner and you're not a heathen.
You're not a sinner. You're not a heathen.
But whatever it is, that's what you are. It'll come to it. It'll come to it. It'll come to
I'm
it.
picking up your memory shit, man. But see, okay, I love Kanye. I would say I love Kanye and stuff whatever. Was strictly for the music, but the production thing, I used to love until Travis Joseph kind of shattered that dream many, many moons ago. Because Kanye was a super producer in my head, and then you're like, all he does is tweak a beat. And then I was like, when you said that, I was like, leave Kanye alone. You know what you're talking about. I was in denial. I was fucking swimming in it, whatever. That's the river in Africa. I didn't fucking care. And I was like, damn, Kanye really ain't that super producer like people thought. Or that I thought.
But I mean, don't get me wrong. There's joints that he did that's 100% him, and they're bangers.
The banger. I get to feel the love.
But it's just, I mean, just like anything else, when you reach a certain level, it's just too much work that comes to you, man.
Okay, so what do
you gotta start sourcing out stuff and just put your name, slap your name here, slap your name here, slap your name there.
DJ Khaled?
Dre, Dr. Dre too.
True. Why do you think people love Kanye? Because I think these are the reasons why a person would even consider, fucking, I'm gonna say it, to waste a fucking vote for Kanye.
I don't know. I don't know. That's a good question.
Because there has to be a reason why, like, remember I asked you, are you anti-Trump or are you pro-Biden?
Right.
I'm not pro-Biden. I'm pro-Kamala.
You're pro
I'm pro-Kamala. So, I mean, because Biden's associated, I mean,
yeah.
I'm just going to rock with it.
You know?
But I have my reasons in my list why I like her and why I have love for her and everything like that, right?
And even more so reasons why you don't like Trump.
I think Trump is the funniest president ever stepped foot in that fucking office. And
Well,
I think
I mean,
afterwards,
other than the entertainment value he provides you.
for me,
Yeah.
but Trump brought, if we keep it real, we stick to the facts, Trump brought back some jobs.
Well, there's
He brought back some jobs,
Well,
and that's what the people needed and stuff. I
a
still
lot of
feel
people
like
don't want to admit that
they don't want to admit exactly.
Yeah.
They're blinded by their bias.
Yeah.
We said 1,000 times, don't be blinded by your bias and stuff for that. And there's some moments and stuff where, like even like the stimulus thing, I think it hurt me because you're taxing people by 25%, but you're only going to get them 2% back for the stimulus check, whatever, right? Throughout the year, you're taxing them like 25%.
Yeah.
But I think it's fucked. But I mean, when we were in a full out depression with obesity, no stimulus checks went out. They went out to like companies.
And that's all it went out
To the companies, not to like the people, not even one. Like, all right, hold this for the people. We know you're struggling and stuff, whatever. And I'm not shitting on Obama, but we're just looking at the facts. So I'm just looking at like, I have my reasons for Kamala. Some people might have the reasons for Trump.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out what's the reasoning why a person would waste a vote on Kanye.
The only reason why I can think is because it's just destructive.
Oh, just to upset the balance.
I think it's just destructive. That's
Just
all.
to upset shit.
Yeah, and I think that's the people who are voting for him just want to be.
Well, some people. So that means those people, those are fuckers that want to watch the world burn.
I don't see why else would you. But he has no political platform.
I mean, shouldn't we learn that shit from fucking Trump? Like, yo, I think the people need to. Another person like Trump should not come up. If you're an entertainer, you have no political backing and everything like that, no mayor, no senate, no councilor and everything, you shouldn't be running for these fucking seats. They need to change that damn criteria. But we shall see come Tuesday because, like I told somebody, they're like,
You know what? I don't mind if you don't have those criteria. I actually don't mind a businessman coming in and running because at the end of the day,
his name is number 45, Orange Man.
But I want one who has business ethics and orals and morals.
Oh, I was like orals. I'm like, grab her by the pussy. He might pop a pussy in his mouth.
That was Bill Clinton.
Hey, with the save! Look at you. All right.
But yeah, you come in and you have that about you. That means you're gonna clean up the economy, right? But while you clean up the economy, you're not screwing everybody over else to do it.
That's very true.
You understand? You got a president like that, I can rock with that. You ain't gotta be no political grinder that's been in there for like 20 to 40 years, getting your feet all in. Nah.
But I feel like you feed and you move according to your constituents. So I always felt like that. Like I felt like if I want you to run for whatever the fuck and I dump money and stuff in you and stuff, it should be, I want to say 50% you, 50% for my favor.
Right.
So, and that's just the level of the corruption, right? It's the level of the corruption. So I feel like most of the things that you do is to at least somebody or to your constituents. Yeah. And somebody in the process is going to get screwed. One person's hero is another person's murderer, right? Or villain, or terrorist.
Yeah. But guess what? That also happens that happens in business. That's what business is.
So you're saying that since they're used to doing it and stuff,
you look at it, right? Even if we look at it now, like John Tory, for instance. John Tory is the mayor for Toronto, right? John Tory, for instance. Before he became a mayor, he was a businessman.
Yeah, Rogers, right?
Right, yeah. A lot of these guys start within the business realm and then move to politics, spend time in politics. Trump just never had that, you know what I mean? He went into politics and then just went for presidency. Like, there was no
median.
There's no growing period, get your feet wet. He just went into politics and then just became the president, right? But even up to today, if you look, cabinet members will leave cabinet jobs and go into high positions in corporations because they have the business background, the business knowledge already. So it's not far off that a businessman would seek a presidency or could sit in the presidency seat. I just need one with efficacy.
Fair.
That's it.
That's fair. Yo, it's like thoughts and prayers, man. Thoughts and prayers to Paris. Sorry, not Paris. France. Paris, or the northern part of Paris, for Professor Samuel Paty, who was beheaded, and the stabbing in Nice. It's Nice. Yeah, by the church.
Yeah.
And everything. And in countries where freedom of speech, when they have freedom of speech, is speech really free though? I feel like if it's not pertaining to hate, it shouldn't be an issue. And I stand by that. Because when the Australian newspaper, I think, made a cartoon satire of Serena breaking the racket and everything when she, when the umpire was calling some stuff on her and everything.
Right.
She took it as, like, most people took it as a racist type of thing when they're making fun of her and all the above in that. But that newspaper's freedom of speech in Australia.
Right.
And it was a satire thing. Caricatures are satires.
Yeah.
Same thing. So with the Charlie Hebdo, Charlie Hebdo.
Right.
When it came to the Charlie Hebdo, like with the years ago, what was it? 5 years ago.
Yeah,
January
it's been a
2015 with the shooting that killed 17 people.
Yeah, it's been a minute now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It was it was a satire thing that got the professor beheaded and stuff, whatever, too, right? They talked about Muhammad and that thing, and then they went in and did the shooting and killed those people, and the professor got set up. So I'm like, is speech really free though?
Nah.
Don't cancel us. But I'm gonna let these damn words fly free over here.
I mean, we straddle the line fairly well.
We do, yeah, we do.
Yeah,
we don't mess with certain type of squads.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
Know your limit and play within it. Hey. Yeah. But it sucks though. It sucks because okay, China, where your speech isn't free, where they have their own type of thing going on. Places like Thailand, you can't say certain type of things about the government or the king and everything. I think being too free might be a part issue for some of the people, but I don't think a terrorist group or anybody should just say, as a collective, we don't like what they say and we're gonna go fuck them up. You can't stop a person from calling us, like a non-black person calling us the N-word.
You can't.
You can't. And nor putting up hands and stuff on them and stuff, whatever, or promoting violence is the way. Some people just might learn like that, and that is too good for certain people. Mm. But, when it comes down to it, there's still other ways to deal with those type of people.
They just, I don't know, that part of the world, man. It's like beheading is it's a lovejoy over there. It's insane, man.
Yeah. I would not want to die like that, man.
Nah, bro. That's not an easy death.
Nah, pull a bullet in my dome.
Yeah.
End it real quick for me.
Quick.
But they don't care. They want to let you suffer, man.
No, please, quick. I'm begging, please, quick.
Yeah, if I die, I need I need a good friend to destroy my cell phone and my desktop.
Why?
You ask too much questions.
He's the king of perverts. You answer to nobody when you're dead.
I seen some things. I still have a mother. I don't want to shame. So destroy it.
It will be like, he was the king of perverts.
Yeah, but I just see
Your
some,
son.
I see some things that be like, how in the hell? Play this. The weirdest thing I know for a fact, I've Googled whatever, and I just throw it out there. I don't give a fuck. Being vulnerable and shit, whatever. Is see, the chicks with the long nails,
Yeah.
I always question, how the fuck...
Do they wash themselves?
Yes!
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not the only one.
Yeah.
I'm not the only one. Okay, because I'm looking...
I seen where you were going with it, because nails is like, you know, and you know what it is, because when my nails get too long, and I get to soaping myself, and I feel one of them, you know, kind of catch me.
Yeah, you get like
shit.
Yeah, it's like a Wolverine shit.
Yeah.
And these girls out here and stuff, whatever, like fucking what's the X-23? They're beyond like Wolverine shit. And I'm looking like, how do you wipe how do you wipe your ass? And they're like, don't worry about it, whatever. So I went searching one day. I went on the hub. I went on X videos. I'm like, to show a woman, they don't have a video of that, whatever. But I'm like, I'm pretty sure whatever FBI agents watching me, they're probably like, this nigga like to watch people pee. No, I don't. I'm curious if it might be a bootleg squirt. I just want to know how they clean up. Just want to know how they clean up.
I don't know how they clean up.
I just want to know.
Research purposes. I run a podcast.
Yeah, I run a podcast.
I run
Thank
a
you.
podcast.
Thank you. Thank you. You get me.
Yeah, that's it.
Yo, asking for a friend. Really? Asking for a friend. I don't like how you look at me every time I say asking for a friend. Your eyebrows go up.
I'm looking at the friend.
How you know it's me? It's not me. How do you just assume?
You're asking for a bona fide friend? This is a bona fide friend.
Not bona fide, but good enough to drink with and chill with.
Right.
Bona fide friend, whatever. I just fucking call their name out. Like that.
Let us know.
Because they know what the deal is and stuff, whatever, with me. But is it cheating if a person besides your significant other buys you a sex toy
Yes.
and you use it?
Yes.
Why?
Can you use that sex toy without thinking about the person who bought it for you?
Absolutely. I turn on some lesbian porn and forget all about the person. What? Unless they get like a customized like fleshlight or some shit like that. Like it's shaped like my labia lips. That might be a different dance.
Might be a different dance.
If you want to spend that much money, I mean, come on.
What if you use your sex toy and your significant other catches you use it? Then what do you say?
I bought it.
You bought it.
I bought it.
Oh, so now you're lying to your significant other to cover up for the fact that some other woman bought you a sex toy. Is that where we're going? Is that where we're going, Marv?
Hell no. Okay.
Yes, it's bad.
When you break it down, like, see, I looked at it like this. I told the dude, I'm like, I don't think it's that much of a bad thing unless if you're thinking about the person. Like I said, if it's a customized type of, like, you know, fleshlight with the labia lips molding and all that type of shit, or the asshole molding or the mouth molding and everything, yes, might be a problem.
Okay.
But if it's a basic pocket pussy, like, you know, you buy from one of the sex stores and everything like that, they might give a catchphrase with it. Whatever. When you're using this, think of me. Or when your woman can't fuck you, use this.
Okay, so I'm gonna put forth the situations here where this is transpiring, because we're saying a friend buys you the sex toy, right? Okay. So now, if it's a female and the female friend buys her a bullet and says, "Go ahead and try it out," if the significant other finds out, it'll be okay. He ain't gonna care. This is just gonna be his wife's sex toys, and the girlfriend likes sex toys, and she told her girlfriend about a new sex toy.
What if she might be lying to the man?
She could be lying, but we're just saying that she's telling the truth.
Okay.
We're going with the situations here. Rock with me. We're going with the situations
here. We're walking.
That situation's okay.
All right.
All right? If a dude,
male friend,
his boy comes over and says, "Yo, you need to try out this Pocket Pussy 3000 over here."
Right.
And gives you this Pocket Pussy 3000. And your female friend finds out. She'll be like, "Yo, why your boy giving you sex toys?"
Gay! Gay.
So we have a situation that has a strike against it right there and then. Right? Now, if your male friend gives the female a sex toy and comes to the significant other, and she's like, "Oh, look what Bob gave me," and you look at it and it's the Super Dick Down 3000, you be like, "What the fuck? What's my problem? Why you giving my wife that shit?"
She said you're going out of town for at least a week on business. I don't want her to be without. Did you want me to loan her my real dick? I can't do that.
And why got RJ initialized it?
Damn. See, the customization. That's what will fuck it up.
See? Now, if a male has a female friend and she gives him a sex toy, the woman finds out, she ain't having it. So, out of all the situations that I just laid out, the only one that worked was the female, giving the female friend a sex toy.
That's not fair. It's a fucking double standard in the world.
It is.
It's a double standard in the world.
It is.
Female privilege. Hashtag female privilege.
I was going to say hot girl privilege, but yeah.
Female privilege, man.
Female privilege. Because you don't even have to be hot for that.
Yeah. That's not fair. That's not fair. I got a friend, a joke for 1 year. I was with my ex, and we went to a sex store. And I'm like, oh shit, his birthday's coming up. So I bought the pocket pussy, and I bought the lube. As a joke. But the lube was the funniest, because it was called Fuck Water. And on the back of it, it said, when spit and courage aren't enough, so you need the lube. And keep it real though, this was like years ago, right?
Right.
This is years ago. And I went to a sex store and stuff, whatever, like even like during COVID with someone that I was dating and stuff, whatever. And when I seen, I'm like, shit, they still make fuck water? Now they got a different kind of, they have fully silicone based fuck water. They got another
They branched out.
They branched out.
They sold enough of the original to just kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do some R&D. You know what I mean? Get it all perfect. Got to get the right ones for different people.
Yeah, buddy. So I'm looking like, I mean, maybe I should buy some fuck water for myself.
Maybe.
Maybe I should buy some fuck water for myself. But back then when I bought the fuck water, it was like $8. And I seen this stuff and I was like, damn, $21?
See?
I was like,
It's inflation, man.
oh, for even sex
man.
toys.
Yeah.
See, so that's why it should be okay to get the sex toy.
'Cause
Are you willing to
'cause
pay?
you pay for it.
Oh yeah, are you willing to pay for the sex toy? Like, shit, if lube costs that damn much, could you imagine a rabbit? By the way, I was looking at those things and stuff for the women and stuff. I'm like, I feel like all women should have at least one toy to differentiate, like, you know, the real from the party time.
Yeah.
And I was looking at it, I was like, the cheapest I seen was $21.99 before tax, Canadian dollars.
But where was that you seen it? Because
It was at Aren't We Naughty? Y'all motherfuckers cut the check.
because you gotta be careful in how you're doing your research. Because you could go to like the department stores and they be listed under personal massagers.
Oh, the Hitachis? Oh, those ones? No, this is straight from the thing. I know what you're talking about.
And personal massagers, they be cheaper. And then women be getting it off with those.
When I was watching some of the squirting videos and everything like that, the girl had an all black one. I was like, is that a microphone? I wasn't too sure. I had to look twice. And then like when she started squirting on the screen, I was like, oh, did I get some in my eye? I wasn't too sure. I was like, no. That's a back massager. That's definitely a back massager. She just happened to use in that area. But I mean,
I remember one time, this was like years ago, back when Consumer Distributing had the catalogs and shit. Right?
yo, remember that place?
Dude.
They had that here, and in America they had service merchandise.
They had this one photo, this brunette lady, you know what I mean, bob haircut.
Yeah.
She had a dildo resting across her face like this, smiling with it.
A legit dildo or the massager?
A legit dildo. I mean, the straight looked like.
Like a lightsaber.
Yes. Prior
You know, are you having an orgasm now?
Yes. Prior before they started making the realistic shape, just a cylindrical device. She had one of those lean up on her face, and underneath it said personal massager.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
So the department store's been selling these things for a while now, man.
And I guess when they got used more for naughty time purposes and stuff, where they kind of just start drawing back from it. So saying, we're not going to advertise this. These fuckers come in the store. They'll know.
They already know.
Fair. I see it.
Did you just say they'll know what the deal's are?
You know what a fuck stick is for. I mean, but like this. Me personally, I couldn't get down with those, like a blow up doll. But I seen one. Was it you? I think it was you and I. When you were showing me one with that twerks.
The twerking booty.
The twerking booty and everything. I'm like, yo, like, play some music and it'll just go.
You get busy.
I mean, it looks a lot easier to move compared to those life-size sex dolls.
But I mean, look at the technology. I mean, look from like from blow up doll stage to fucking real doll. Like you can customize your sex
21st
doll
century, baby.
with realistic hair, eye, feel, whatever you want.
I know.
Like, that's insane. And then they're chipping them motherfuckers and putting AI in that shit.
Yeah, that's scary.
That's it, dude.
Yeah, that's scary. Because I wouldn't want somebody to hack that shit when I'm fucking it. And then when I'm fucking it and stuff, they just like hack it like, Ultra Kegel. I'm like, let me go. No, I don't feel comfortable. No, and then I feel like a rapist if it just doesn't talk and move and everything. Like necrophilia. Because you're there just stroking away and then you know, like
it just lock up on you. It got like the girlfriend function that just lock up. Your girlfriend doesn't know you have me. Now we'll stay like this till she gets home.
Could you imagine?
You trying to pull up? No, bitch, you gotta go back in the closet.
Yo, I would just call police. I'll call ambulance.
You call ambulance?
I'm calling ambulance stuff. I'm like, yo, y'all need to come get this shit right now. Sir, what happened? I'm like, get your laughs in. My girl on her way. She finished working 2 hours. Get your 7 laughs in. Ha 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 ha. Hurry the fuck up.
Come and get me. You gotta have the phone by the bed though, man. Cause if that shit lock on you and you ain't got your, imagine trying to lift up to get to the phone. Cause you carrying that whole thing still locked to you.
I would hope I went soft and it
just kind of.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would hope.
Yeah.
I would hope.
Yeah. Actually, you're right, Marv.
I would hope. But what if it has like a locked in and then like, you know, like those beads like just still going?
Yeah.
So it's not giving you no rest moment. It's like, nah, we gonna edge your shit.
Yeah.
We gonna edge your shit.
You might be like, fuck it. She gonna have to catch me.
It's in God's will. It's in God's will for me to get caught. Oh, the hell well. I don't know. You can't hide that shit, man.
Nah,
You can't hide that shit. You're in a fucking vulnerable position and stuff, whatever. You just have to get caught.
You are.
You know.
All right, let's get back.
We have problems.
We do.
We have problems.
We do.
Okay. Vulnerable. Let's talk about vulnerable. Vulnerability and everything. Who hides their feelings better, men or women?
Men.
I got my money on men too.
Yeah.
I got my money on men. Because I feel like, you're like, what's wrong, babe? Nothing. Give it like 20 minutes. I just like how it's funny. It's funny how you just think everything is A-okay. And no, they'll still find a way to express their shit. I think men... I think that's part of the toxic masculinity.
I think so. Men rather keep it in than to talk it out.
Why is it vulnerable? Why is it being vulnerable so scary to most people? In your words.
I think for some people they just want people to always see them or to not see them weak at any point.
Is that how you feel? Because me, I'm transparent as fuck.
Yeah, but
I like.
You're not like everybody else though. I mean,
I'm a unicorn, bitches.
we say that we say that all the time, right? It's like if you think about it, if I don't want to be vulnerable, because if I'm vulnerable, that's a sign of weakness for some people, right? And let's say you're just in a situation where showing a sign of weakness could work against you.
I think that's in most cases, but I think, like for me, I think if you're one with yourself,
Yeah.
it's just you being human.
I also think it depends on who you want to be vulnerable with. I don't think you should be vulnerable with everybody.
Right. So, okay. Would you be, okay. Let's say if you're vulnerable to like people, right?
Right.
Say a group of people, you expose yourself to be at least somewhat vulnerable. Is that more harmful, or be more vulnerable to one person that you expose yourself more to? You're married.
Right.
You probably share some things with your wife and stuff, whatever. You probably might not, because there's dozens of married men and stuff, whatever. That is probably, I don't have the stats. I'm just shooting in the dark and stuff, whatever. But I feel like there might be tons of dudes, like at least one in every 12, that just probably don't tell their wives and everything what's going on with them or what's on in their mind because they don't want to seem weak.
Well, for me, I would be vulnerable with my wife, not for the fact of ever feeling that or ever thinking that I'm gonna be feeling weak by doing it, but I'm more vulnerable with her in the hopes that she's gonna help me work through my vulnerability.
Gotcha. So it's more of a try to conquer it,
Right.
type of thing. Actually, you might be onto something, because I feel like I think that's part of like counseling or dealing with people and stuff on a one-on-one who you deem worthy of that type of thing. You have to be vulnerable. You can't heal what you don't reveal.
Right. We've said it, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, it just goes back to that one point: is who are you going to be vulnerable to? Because you can't be vulnerable to everybody.
Fair. You're right. See, I don't let off certain type of personal things and stuff like that, but I'm trying to make myself transparent and let it be known on an equal level.
Right.
Or I want to say I put myself out there like that to let everybody know it's okay. Some people can't make fun of themselves.
Yes.
Because some people and stuff, when they're on a one-on-one motion in the mirror and stuff, they're their biggest critic. They're their own worst enemy. We said that dozens of times and stuff on the show. But it comes to a point where they will hold their shit together in a group of people.
Yeah.
And that's even some of the questions and everything like that we post. I like the fact that when we post them, the masses can see. But I want to say it's kind of a one-on-one dialogue with just us and them. Their significant other, their children, whosoever, their friends, their family, might not see their answer because their answer might not be the same in a group of people.
Right.
Because they don't want to be seen vulnerable or expose some stuff about themselves.
Exactly.
Okay. Why do you think it's important to be vulnerable, though? Because some people feel like you don't have to be vulnerable.
No, but I mean, I don't know if it's important or if it's not important, but just if it's something where you feel that it's a hindrance to your life or to you moving forward, then you kind of want to deal with that, right? And kind of move it out the way so then you can progress in life and kind of move forward.
Right.
That's why I say, like, I would be vulnerable with my wife in hopes that she could help me solve that vulnerability and get past that, conquer that, get past that.
Yeah, that's right. Well, because when I was seeing some of the research and stuff on it, like for like reading about vulnerability and everything, it's part of the reason. Like I remember they said that's the reason why Superman first exposed himself to like the Super Friends or the Hall of Justice that kryptonite is my weakness. So if you see somebody throw a green rock at me and stuff, whatever, please be a friend and kick that bitch away so I can move again.
Right.
Yes, because if he didn't say shit, they'd be like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? Like, get up. And just not saying nothing.
It's like you know what I mean, you always watch these you always watch these movies where the villain is impenetrable. And then if somebody finds the one weak spot, like that one vulnerability,
The Achilles heel.
right? The Achilles heel, right? And they attack that.
Right.
Well, if that damn supervillain knows what his vulnerability is, he's protecting that. He's guarding it. He's blocking that shit. You know what I mean? He's not even letting you close to it. But if you don't know what your vulnerability is, you can't defend yourself.
That's true. Because I remember, so I seen this anime, and the dude was like he was a wicked ass samurai that just killed mad people, right? He got shot in the head, and they thought he was dead, and they burnt him alive, whatever, right? And they honey roasted his shit. So he survived. And after that, whatever, he basically covered himself up in bandages. He was like a mummy samurai type of dude, whatever, right?
Yeah.
And they went to when they tried to stop him because he came back harder and stronger and better and everything.
Right.
They tried to attack him straight there because that's where they shot him. So they went to go stab him there, and then like they went to go stab him there, and then I think whatever blade they used, it broke. Whatever. He's like, are you dumb? He's like, are you dumb? And then he ripped off that part of the bandage, and it was like a full like metal like helmet type of thing. Whatever. He's like, they got me slipping last time.
Nah, I protect my vulnerability.
Exactly.
Nah, I protect my vulnerability.
I get you. Okay. That was good. That was deep. That was deep. It's poetic.
No, that was a good question.
Yeah. All right, man. Let's get to the question of the week. And let's do a little cha-cha slide out of here in a bit.
Cha-cha-cha-cha.
Question of the week. Do opposing views hurt or help a friendship?
I think they can only improve a friendship.
I don't know, though.
You don't know?
Yeah, I see.
But then it depends on the friends. It's like a lot, and it's funny because we ask these questions and there's truly no right or wrong because you're right. You're right because
how are you a friend? You and I we're good friends.
Yeah,
we're good friends.
Yeah,
and you can tell me and stuff, and they're like, no, Marv, don't call fucking chick toxic.
Right.
Because that will fuck you up from getting the vagina.
Yes. And you can just ignore me.
And I'm like, no, you know what you're talking about. You know what you're talking about. I'm my own hero.
I'm full of shit.
Yeah. And then that's what I'm saying. We have opposing views.
Yeah.
But you're telling me this as a friend to say like, hey, this will cut your damn vagina pipeline off. Watch your mouth. Watch your tongue. You're right. I feel like what you put in a friendship is what you should get out of the friendship. Yes. Some people don't put enough in a friendship and expect every fucking thing. You know, they think they put a quarter in and the slot machine and expect to win the big jackpot for like $1 million. That's not how shit works. No. You gotta put in some money at times.
Man. Coattails, man. They're riding coattails.
The yes men. Yes men, yes women. Yeah, I'm okay. We shouldn't agree on every goddamn thing. We agree on some things. That's why we have common ground. Probably that's the reason why. Common ground. That's part of the reason why we started this friendship.
Exactly.
But there's some things and stuff for that, like, and I'm all for that. I'm all for a friend that just says, "Hey, you know what? This is fuckery. This is bullshit, Marv. Know your role and shut your hole."
But it's part of it's part of individualism. There's gonna be something that's individually unique to you. You're gonna have a viewpoint that's individually unique to you, and not necessarily shared by anybody else. You know what I mean?
You're right. Absolutely right.
But that don't mean that you
love them any less.
That's it.
Because see, I look at it and stuff as that you got the girlfriends, whatever, right? I'm just saying the girlfriends as a general. It might be some guys too. Well, I just look at it as a girlfriend and stuff where, say if like the girlfriend, like one of my female friends and I'm the other chick and stuff with her on the phone, like, he always cheats on me and he always just treats me bad. Be like, heifer, I told you like the 6 times, like for 6 times, whatever, you leave him. Yeah. No, you don't want to listen. Yeah. I'm trying to help you. Yeah. Now you got to deal with this hurt. And I'm just here on the other end eating popcorn, watching my goddamn show. And you probably gonna jump back on the dick after I hang up the phone.
Yeah.
I'm telling you what stuff for. We have opposing views to this shit. Now he loved me. You don't let me go.
Yeah.
You rap, you twisted, your girl's a hoe, you broken the kids yours, everybody know. You be like, so, I love my baby mama. I never let her go.
I'm gonna talk to you next week.
Yeah.
Bye.
And the next year they back together again, whatever. I'm like,
Everything hunky dory.
yo, you know the carnival's hiring for new clowns? No, I'm just fucking.
Everything hunky dory.
Yeah. I agree. All right, man, let's get to the Ask the Sons. First, Ask the Sons. Maxwell the Don. What off-brand product do you prefer to the real one? Keep it real though. Some of the Walmart shit that was the great value. Most of this shit kind of work. It do the trick.
Let me tell you something.
Drugs, generic drugs too.
President's Choice is so damn good. I don't even know if you can call. Can you call it generic?
Technically, it is, but to me, it's not. Yo,
Because
go ahead.
Because I mean, do be traveling the world. They be offering you up some shit that you ain't. You know what I mean? You don't typically get. I think
That's
what I
what
think
I
what
was about to say.
I think what sets them apart is they don't just knock off other stuff. They go out and they kind of put together their own thing,
Right.
and rock with it.
Because I was about to say, like, yo, they have the, like, I know when I make like jerk wings,
Yeah,
right? When I make jerk wings or like I make like jerk chicken tacos and everything. That's the Jamaican and Mexican in me and stuff. Whatever. President's Choice has this thing, this marinade. It's called Memories of Montego Bay.
okay.
That bitch is hot and spicy, oh so damn nicey. Cool Runnings, Grace, this other like Jamaican brand like marinades and stuff, whatever. Don't compare.
Don't.
This bitch is perfect as it is.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I can't believe this is bootleg shit.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
This shit, they came correct.
Listen, man, I'll be in the grocery mart, and there's some stuff I'm going to President's Choice first for.
But, and see, that's what I'm saying. And like, even generic drugs, whatever. Like me, my thing and stuff is that, yo, a cold medicine is a cold medicine. You might have, like, I want to say something like pseudoephedrine for like nasal things and stuff and everything.
Yeah.
That bitch might be like $12.
Right.
You read the box next to a generic or greater value type of thing.
Yeah.
It's the same milligram of pseudoephedrine that's in that whatever. You're saving you $4. Go with it.
Rock with it.
Next question.
Just none of the generic brands coming from China though, because the stitching never really lasts long. They kind of thread out, and it's usually 3 or 4 sizes smaller than you. So stick away from that.
The clothes? We had a podcast about that shit. About me and my tight ass shirt. They fucking couldn't fit me.
Yes.
It was a schmedium.
Yes, it was a
It was a
medium.
schmedium. Kid Dynamite says, what is the hottest thing a person has done / said to you?
Hottest thing a person has done / said to me.
I think it was, for me, one time I was with a woman, I'm not going to call no names, whatever, but she left a mark on me. And before, like the first time you were getting ready to have sex for the first time, like I think in between like ripping off clothes and taking off clothes off each other and everything, she's like, you can put it anywhere. I was like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. My left nipple got extra hard. I was like, but this is our first time. No limit? Like Master P? You bad about it. Oh, you bad about it. So, I mean, that was kind of hot.
See, and around what age did that happen?
19?
19?
19.
Okay, now, would it be as hot if it just had happened like recently and now that you're in your sexual prime type of, would it still be hot?
Yeah.
Yeah?
And that or what's my other thing? I like when women say, "Oh my gosh, I'm gonna come." Now I don't know if it's acting or if they're really doing it.
Yeah,
I go by body like
just going,
like a,
this is the only indication.
Like, yeah.
I mean, and even then, she might, she might have the Tourette's acting down pat too. She might
true.
catch you with one of those.
That's true. There's some good actors out there, some good actresses. So that's what I'm saying. I'm like, yo, when she's like, oh my God, you're going to make me come? You're like, oh my gosh. You're damn right I am. DJ faster! Stroke harder! Ah!
I remember the hottest thing,
Mm-hmm.
and again, the reason why I asked you at what age, because this is probably got to have been like maybe around 16, 17.
Okay.
And I was hitting this chick. This chick is friend, a girlfriend of ours. Friend had came up from Florida on some summer vacation shit. So my boy was talking to the friend. So I was like, you know what I mean, I'll just go and talk to the friend from Florida. So she came to check me one day, and we was at it. And of course, you know, being American, you know, a little bit more free, a little bit more liberal with.
Ooh, you're saying Canadian girls? Ooh, don't let Shorty come
listen,
back.
man.
Go ahead.
Listen.
Go ahead.
We talking decades before Shorty's prime. We're talking prim society times here.
Well, sex was more taboo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Right.
Okay. All right.
And so I'm hitting it, and she just leaned over and she was, and she's like, "Fuck it, fuck it, fuck it." I'm like, "Oh shit." That just sound like some. You know what I mean?
Motivation.
Yeah. I was like, I wasn't used to the talking like that.
That's true.
And I was like, oh, this shit sound hot. Yeah. Fuck it.
Okay, hold on. When you were 16,
But see now, if that's happened to me now, I probably wouldn't.
you won't
hot.
okay, but
Yeah.
16. Give me a year. What year were you when you were 16? The early 90s?
It would have been 91, 92.
Yes. Okay, that you're right. Because I want to say a little bit after that, you have TLC and stuff, whatever, with a little free more talk and stuff, whatever.
Yeah, we're talking.
yes.
You know what I mean, we're talking, and we're talking Canada. And we're not talking You gotta think of Canada at that time and America at that time.
But y'all was still getting salt and pepper and stuff, whatever.
Yeah,
But
we were getting salt and pepper, but we weren't getting. You know what I mean?
You getting a
freed up.
Push it. You know you were getting that.
We're gonna get as freed up as shit. Free up as beat.
I think most people, or a good portion of people, some people hit their sexual peak earlier than others. I know a girl, she said she was watching porn since she was fucking 12. When her brother had mad VHS porns.
Yeah.
She said she was 12, he was like 15, no, he's like 16 or 17.
Yeah.
And he had VHSs to kill. And she's like, how the fuck? And you're supposed to be you're not even legal age and stuff and everything. So she's like, she would always play the part, realize where it was, watch it. She said it took her like, I think like a few years later before she started actually touching herself, but she just would watch the porn.
Right.
And she kind of mastered her moaning and her sound. She's like, okay, if she's to ever have sex, she got the moaning sound and got. And so she's like, oh shit, all right, she's done. She rewind it back to the part. She's like, steady, pivot. All right, eject. So, come when she said when she lost her virginity at like 15.
Okay.
So she was watching porn for like 3 years before having sex. So when she lost her virginity and stuff at like the 15 mark and everything, she just kind of got her feet wet. Come like she's like 18, 19 now and stuff, whatever. She's basically bootleg porn star. So her sexual peak prime, early that time.
Right.
But I think the funny thing when I started talking to her and everything, she was into some extreme shit. I think she
Oh, well, Mr. Put It Anywhere, Marv. Yeah, I think she...
No, it wasn't her. That wasn't her.
It wasn't her?
It wasn't her.
Okay.
She was on some other shit like, if you want, I can eat your ass. I'm like, no, washcloths, boxers.
I haven't got there yet.
Yeah, I'm not there yet. Your freak factor is a little too high for me. And this one, nobody was talking about eating ass. Whatever, right? As I said, I was laughing and stuff. I'm like, could you imagine the eating ass thing came up like right now for like, I want to say like my demographic and stuff like that. I'm like, I can imagine only in time and stuff like when my son gets older and shit. They're not even batting an eye, whatever. They're like, what, you don't eat ass? Like, yo, that's like the combo.
You think about it, right?
Yeah.
You think about it.
Yeah.
Like, it'll be commonplace by the time you come
Because
around.
think about like way back when and stuff, whatever. Like let's say probably like our parents' time and stuff, whatever. Oral sex was very, very frowned upon.
Yeah.
whatever, right?
Dude, growing up, oral sex was frowned upon. Like in my generation, it was frowned upon.
Yeah, because you're right. Because if I was in high school and the chick sucked dick and stuff, whatever, yeah, she was looked upon a type of way.
Yeah, they were looked upon a type of way.
Yeah. You're right.
That's what I'm saying. In the U.S., they were a little bit more freer.
Yeah. Population, baby. Last question. That was a good damn question, actually. It spawned off a lot of shit. Bubbles _94. Is it arrogant to tell someone you need to humble yourself? You know what? That kind of...
Is it arrogant?
I don't know. Because if you're telling a person to humble themselves, I guess tone would mean something and stuff, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Because be like, if you you need to humble yourself. Who the fuck are you talking to like that?
Is it arrogant if it's coming from somebody who's already humble?
I still feel like it might come off as arrogant as fuck.
Somebody come up.
Yeah, because if the person is humble as hell, they're like, maybe you should just humble yourself. Excuse me? Who the fuck are you talking to? Like, yo, I mean, it does have an arrogant tone. To be honest, I want to look at the intention, where the person's coming from with it.
Right.
Because if they're humble,
yeah,
and they're not used to, like, I want to say they're not they're known as a non-confrontational type of person, and they're to say that,
yeah,
I don't think it's arrogant.
No, yeah,
but if they're a confrontational type of person, or they're like a bully and a beast, like if I said it to somebody and stuff, whatever, absolutely somebody would feel like they would feel that I might be arrogant if I said it to somebody,
like,
because I want the smoke.
Like that's something that's something I could hear my mom saying.
Mm-hmm.
But when she's saying it, she wouldn't be arrogant, and she wouldn't be arrogant in saying it.
Okay.
Yeah, you kind of get what I mean. Like it's something that she would say, but she's saying because she actually thinks, okay, maybe you're being a little bit too arrogant. You might benefit a little bit more by being a little bit more humble. But that's what I'm saying. It's an observation.
Is your mom and stuff, whatever, like, was she known to be that confrontational type of person?
No.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. The fact that she's not as that confrontational type of person,
yeah,
I feel like it kind of comes from a different type of place with that type of individual. But this person and stuff is on like some World War III shit all the time. And they're like, you need to humble yourself. You trying to square up. Like, yo.
Is there another phrase that could be used? Meaning the same way, but would come off less arrogant.
Hit him off of one of those Zen quotes or some shit like that, whatever. The loudest trees are the hollowest trees are sometimes the loudest. You know, if you know a quote like that, whatever, let motherfucker think and just drop the mic and just walk away. I think those ones, like, I remember my friend's mom said this, whatever. She's like, a lot of these girls are empty wagons coming down the street, so they're just making a whole bunch of noise, no got shit in them. And I was like, you mic drop and you exit the scene and you exit, that says a lot. So maybe a quote.
Maybe a quote.
Yeah, maybe a quote.
All
right, man, about to slide up out this piece, whatever. We come to our point to say goodbye with our Ask the Sons.
Election predictions. Right before we throw in the Ask the Sons, because this is the last show before. Yeah,
this is when this airs and stuff and everything. If you got to this on the Tuesday, fresh off the press,
yeah,
this will mean something and stuff. And if you get to this the Wednesday or the Thursday or after that, whatever,
yeah,
you have your answer.
you already have your answer.
I still got Trump.
For some strange reason, I still got Trump too.
I still got Trump because
Trump.
Hillary won the popular.
Yeah.
Biden is killing the popular.
Yeah.
Biden is killing the popular and stuff, whatever. As of this weekend,
yeah, he
is killing the popular. But Hillary was killing it, and she still lost. So, I mean, it's still anybody's game. I don't know though.
I'm still saying Trump.
I don't know though.
I'm still saying Trump.
So we shall see. But
I mean, Biden can do it.
He can do it.
And if he does do it, is Trump moving to Canada? Because he said he leaving the U.S. if he lose the presidency.
Yeah, because his ass gonna get arrested for all his fuck shit.
Right.
He's gonna get snatched up real quick, so you better move fast.
You better do that. You better watch this. You know how they always watch the elections from the campaign quarters?
Yeah.
This campaign quarters better be on a boat in the middle of sovereign waters.
Yep. International waters safe. So say the Suns this week. Don't take directions from people who are not going anywhere.
Woo. So
say
say the
the
Suns.
I mean, a lot of people will tell you, don't do this, don't do that, and all the above, and just ask them, what are you doing right now? And
Yeah.
they're like, don't worry, I'm working on it. Or don't worry, I'm brewing. I got my own thing and stuff, but too many directors, not enough actors.
Too many directors, not enough actors.
They just want to tell you to do shit.
Too many Indians, not enough
Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Yeah. So, yeah, man, that's it.
That's it.
Once again, folks, we'd like to thank you for rocking with us for another episode, another show.
Always a pleasure.
Like, subscribe, comment, all the above, at the plugs, and enjoy the YouTube and stuff. We got little previews and little things and stuff to come up there and stuff too, so enjoy the show there as well. And you can see our lovely faces. Handsome Smooth over there, medium handsome Marv. So, once again, man, thank you for listening to the Podical Sons. Remember the difference between genius and stupidity is that genius has its limits. Peace and love, be safe.
Peace.
Peace.
The Podical Sons with Not Your Average Joseph and Sofa King Marvelous.